Welcome to Jam Between the Pages. I am Mark, the DM, and this is going to be our first D&D session. I call this the one-shot Lineage. These are going to be a series of one-shots that hopefully our new players will get to enjoy and from a first-time DM. So to start off is my lovely sister.
Ayla. My character's name is Rowena Wolfka.
Then we have
I'm Asia, and my character is Zelstina Galartha.
And lastly, we have
I am Jordan. I'm going to be playing a character called Astiel Silva. If you know that last name, you'll know the reference to a certain enemy.
Well, I guess there's no other way but to begin. Now, we open up on a boat. The waves splashing against its hull, the wind howling through the air. And what we have are an assortment of characters on this boat traveling across this great sea. And at the wheel of this boat, you have the captain. He's laughing with his men who are milling about, taking care of the ship, moving cargo here and there. And thus we have the captain. He looks around and he goes, none of my passengers are interacting with each other. I should go introduce myself. So he climbs down and he goes up to the front of his ship and he goes to the Dragonborn and goes, "Welcome, my good sir. What brings you here?" So here's the captain, and he introduces himself, and he says, "I'm Lioh. I would like to introduce you, and welcome to my fair ship, the Swallowing Maiden. She's been a good girl to me. She served me well, and I understand we left port in quite a hurry. I had a few bad words with the noble of that port, and I couldn't stay and get to know all of you. Now, I understand. We can't sit down and talk, every man to his own business, but still, I like to know who my passengers are, who I get to carry around. So please, tell me, what is your name, fellow Dragonborn?"
First, he just looks you up and down, eyes you, just because he isn't very kind to strangers. He doesn't like respecting anybody unless they are a true warrior, just as himself. But because you're a captain, that means you must know your way around. So then he turns around and he's like, "It's nice to meet you, sir. You have a decent boat, but my name is Astiel Silva. I am actually a famous knight in the land we just left, but you see, I'm on the search for a worthy opponent to be able to see if I can overcome new adversaries and such. But on the island we just left, I already basically took care of everybody there that was known as a strong fighter. So I'm hoping that you will take us to a land where I can finally let loose and destroy anyone that thinks they can compare to me."
Fellow man of action, I can't wait to see you in action.
Can't wait to finally find someone that can be worthy of my time.
Okay, well, I hope you find your action that you're looking for and the necessary challenge when we land.
We shall see.
So Lio, he turns around and he looks, oh, hey, he sees this tiefling that's just standing looking off the side of the boat. And so he walks over to her and he goes, "Hello, miss. Yes, I think you heard me speaking to the Dragonborn fellow over there, but I was wondering, what brings you onto this lovely boat?"
Well, my name is Rowena. I am in search of my sacred text that was stolen from me. I must go out, journey, and retrieve it at all costs.
Ah, a woman of knowledge. Interesting. I see you got a mage book clipped onto your belt. Is that a magical book that I see? Are you a wizard?
I am a wizard, and actually, this is not a mage book. This is my light reading book. How dare you make assumptions?
Oh, I mean no disrespect, ma'am. Honestly, but it is interesting to meet a fellow individual of intellect. I hope we can have long hours of interesting, intriguing words. And he slowly starts to back up, and he doesn't want to make any more disrespect, and he decides, he walks over to the half elf that's standing awkwardly on the side of the boat, and so he goes and speaks with her. Hello, fair maiden. What goes on here? I know a little bit of Elvish myself.
Hello. I am half elf, and I know a little bit, but honestly, I'm not fluent. I know that's not good towards what I should know, but yeah, I really don't know that well. I mean, I could try, but probably won't understand me. You probably know better than I do. But
Thank you. I mean, I've been in all ports on this fair land, so thank you very much for that.
what brings me is that honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I might steal from you. I am right now looking you up and down, trying to see if I see anything shiny that's worth my little graspy hand.
Lyle looks very unnerved, and he's like, I can assure you, there's nothing to steal from me. Honestly, there's honestly nothing to steal from me. And he gives you a sharp eye. And then he looks over to the Dragonborn, and he goes, and he's trying to eye him and trying to tell him, like, kind of give him, like, hands, like, hey, can you help with this?
Astiel perked up a little bit when he heard steal, because he knows that usually thieves sometimes can be decent warriors. So he starts eyeing this half elf, ready with his long sword, arm on the long sword, ready to draw, but still waiting just to see what happens, because he is ready, because he is a lawful man.
See, I see that he is eyeing me, and I just look him up and down, and I don't see anything but his armor that I am trying to steal. But I know that will be a long quest.
So Lio's, and he decides to break up this uneasy tension that's broken, and he starts laughing and goes, "Well, I think all of you will be nice, good friends. Hopefully, I mean, if any of you are looking for any further any further adventures, I mean, just stick with me, and my men will definitely show you around, and they have always had a great time." And you hear the men in the back of the boat saying, "Hey, shut up! We're just here for the pay! Shut up! I pay you to work, not talk!"
Astiel just stares at them too, being as he thinks that money is not worth anything in this world, only your battle prowess.
So, as all this is going on, you start hearing a little scrape along the hull as if we just hit rock. And then all of a sudden, the ship starts shaking a bit, even though it's calm winds. There's the waves were happily slapping against the ship, but not anymore. It starts getting turbulent. The water start forming a dark circle under the ship itself.
Captain, did you just make a sink somehow? Thought you knew what you were doing with your job.
Yeah, there's some weird looking things underneath this boat.
Sir, I thought you were a brave warrior of the sea.
I will have you know that my ship has never sunk, never hit a boat. I know all the maps by memory, my good sir.
I started walking away, ignoring him.
I just keep looking down.
It's at that point that you hear one of the men look over the side of the boat, and he starts yelling, "Captain, there's something's getting out of the water! It's climbing up the side!"
That's what I was trying to say.
And all of a sudden, zombies start coming up from the side of the boat. And Lioh immediately jumps back, and he starts saying, "Men, to battle! Oh, I've always wanted to fight these fellow fallen sailors of mine."
Battle, you say? And then I run this way. I run towards the captain now.
I see this and I drop back. I'm like, no part of me.
And zombies start climbing up both sides of the ship.
Oh shoot!
No.
And so I see. So Rowena falls back as well. And so the captain immediately pulls out his double rapier and says, "Time to kick these men. Time to keep these sorry sods off my boat." Ah, roll for initiative.
Yes. All right. So it's just the D20, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then whichever one is highest is the first run to go, right?
Yes.
All right. First time, remember?
Yes.
Oh, I fell off the table. Gonna go again.
Ooh, I got a 20.
I got a 13.
Okay.
So initiative.
As well. I'm not
Initiative,
good.
I have a +1 though.
So yes, make sure to add your initiative.
Yeah. Do you have a plus? on your-
Initiative I have +2.
Oh, so it
So I have
actually is.
22.
Yeah, and I have 10.
Okay, so initiative +1, so I'm at 8.
8. So then
So-
it's Zill, then me,
The captain's was what?
then the
13.
captain, then Lioh,
Yeah. What was his initiative?
13.
13.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Sorry.
then
I feel like as the beefiest guy here, I think I should have gotten a higher one and I didn't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm the tiniest of everyone.
okay then. So
I think Ayla's the squishiest.
you
So
are
her being last is good.
so then now
I'll do this.
you have the first zombie climb over. He locks eyes onto Zilthina and shambles over towards her. And he goes to take a swipe at her. So, would you like to evade?
What would you like to do?
Yes. I would like to evade. And then my thing says that I have an acrobatics +2.
Okay, so roll a d20.
Okay.
And then add the acrobatics.
16, 18.
18. Then you manage to back up away from his swipe.
Oh, good dodge.
Yes.
I'm
So
keeping
then,
an eye out. Astiel's keeping an eye out on all this because he's not only looking at the zombies, he's looking at these other passengers. Because he's ready to try and fight them, but if they're good enough and they prove themselves, he's ready to also be brothers in arms.
so then the captain looks up and he sees the one in front of him and he charges in and he yells, "For the mother of the queens!" And rolls not enough. He takes his double rapiers and takes his double rapiers, swings, and the zombie just manages to dodge right out of the way.
I'm so confident in our captain.
I know.
Such great performance, sir.
Astiel seeing now the elf dodge effortlessly, and this guy now whip it. He's like, "Hey, Athel, you wanna maybe be our new captain?"
Probably, but yeah, he doesn't look like he's doing so well.
Okay, so then now
It's Astiel's turn.
Astiel's turn.
Astiel. All right, so Astiel, from where I see myself at the boat, I'm gonna attack the zombie that's right in front of me. He sees this zombie and he's not scared. He draws his longsword, ready to attack. And then that is gonna be a what?
Roll a d20.
Okay. And I believe I get what is it? Don't I get a bonus for that? Attack rolls, I think I get a bonus, don't I?
Yes.
Because oh shoot, what the heck? I thought I had to do it. I'll just
So roll a d20 and tell me what.
5.
Okay, a 5 plus. So you see it right next to your weapon, the first plus. That says hit/DC.
Oh wait.
So it's a 5 plus what?
Oh, plus 5, so 10. I didn't know that. That's what that was. So
Plus-
mine's a 10.
Plus 10. Okay. So then you manage to. So
Was that enough to hit?
You managed to hit. Tell me how much damage you do.
Oh hell yeah! So, with the long sword, I do a D8 plus 5. So
Roll a d8.
this one?
This one.
Yeah. The little spinny one. I got a. That's not a D8.
No, it's this one. The hexagon one. Oh, wait, no, that's a D10.
No, that's not a D8. Technical difficulties. Give me 1 second.
The cube one.
Yeah, it's this one.
Yeah.
I got it. Took me a minute. We're learning the dice too, okay? This is a
Sorry.
D20. Alright. D8. Roll. 5. So 10. 10 damage.
10. So you manage to down it. How do you do it?
So the zombie's coming at me, or I go at the zombie actually, and I draw my long sword, and I know because of the flipping picture books that I saw back in my hometown that you always go for the head. So as I'm going at him, I pull the long sword and I just jam it straight through his head, and then as it pierces through between the eyes, lift the sword up and just split him in half from the head.
All right.
I
So-
see that and I'm like, wow, that is gnarly.
So now,
So I am going to attack using my Ray of Frost. I'm going to take on the closest zombie to me. So I
Roll a D20.
Oh, the D20.
D20
Right,
first.
Okay, D20 first. Got it.
to see if you can hit.
Shoot, 1.
Oh no.
5.
Astiel is now.
So
Astiel is very scared for that. He thinks that he's gonna have to take care of everyone.
So I guess
I
as
am a
you
damsel in distress. Okay.
so as you hold your hand up and try to cast your incantation and speak, the boat suddenly rocks to one side and distracts you from actually completing it. All right. So then now that same zombie sees that you tried to attack you. It sees that you tried to attack it, and so decides to take a lunge at you. So
Can I see this and see that he's about to attack? And I have a crossbow. Can I try and shoot an arrow?
It's
Not
not
yet.
your initiative.
not your turn
when
yet.
you're in initiative, you have to go. You can only do your attacks and bonuses and all that when it's your turn. So
So
Already dead.
he
He killed you.
Yep.
he rolled a net 20.
oh, the squishiest one.
This is what happens when you focus on only knowledge.
All right. So then he lunges and he misses her. Because of the same shifting of the boat misses, but hits her with his shoulder. So he inflicts 4 points of damage.
Oh, fuck.
Bleep it.
Well, I'm at 4 health.
Oh, no.
Love it.
All right. So then you see. So now you see off in the back of the boat. You see, the men. They weren't prepared for this. They didn't know that zombies were going to show up. So they start grabbing whatever they can. One of them grabs a glass bottle and tries to smack it over the head of a zombie. Other one grabs an oar and tries to try to hold off on them. And as all this ruckus is going on, you notice that one of the men accidentally gets knocked over and knocks a lantern onto a barrel and now you start to slowly see in the horror what Lioh meant by there was nothing to see here, because now that barrel falls over, top falls off, and you see this dark green thick liquid start to slowly pour out of it. And that same lantern caught the Greek fire the Greek oil that was inside of that
Oh god.
lantern starts to catch on fire, and it starts spreading fast.
I don't know who's worse, the crew or the captain.
The crew is dead.
Well,
So now you see the fire start to catch on fire, and the captain says, "No, my oil! Shoot! I was going to be paid top mark for that."
Ooh, top
Am I on a-
marks, you say?
Am I on a criminal ship right now, sir? he looks at the captain because, like I said, Astiel is actually still believes in the law. So
Astiel, as he's like holding off one of the zombies, he's like, I forbid you from calling me a criminal. I am a procurement of items for very small fry people.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so now one of the zombies starts to shamble onto the middle and tries to attack the captain from behind.
Dead.
No, it's not that. I had a whole plan if they would have stayed in line.
And so the zombie lunges forward and takes a swipe, and to just show how much of a fighter he truly is, the captain, while holding off with one sword, he immediately swings the sword around, holds it like a dagger, and blocks the other attack from behind. So now it's your turn.
Okay, so I see that Rowena is still with the zombie right next to her. So I see, and I want to shoot my crossbow at him so that she avoids any more danger.
But it looks like you will have to hit. You got, your field blocked by other zombies.
Can my arrow go through?
It would be a very difficult.
Wouldn't that be called a what's it called? Direct shot or something like that? Isn't it like disadvantage?
Yes, it would be a disadvantage to this.
Yeah, because you're trying to needle through it. So when you would take
roll 2 d20s and then take the lowest.
2 d20s?
Yes.
8 is my first one.
Okay.
12 is my second
So
one.
now you take the 8.
Okay, but in my crossbow thing, I have a +4.
Oh,
all right. So
damn.
Like hit, it says +4. What does that mean?
So that means 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That means 12. You managed to hit.
Okay.
So tell me how much damage.
It's 1d8 plus 2 piercing. So d8.
Roll a d8.
Okay.
I didn't realize that my longsword has piercing. I added on it.
Okay.
And it was a D6.
It's a 2. Wait, plus 2 is 4.
4. So as you aim and fire, you see that it flies through the air, managed to avoid both Lioh and Rowena, and impales itself on the shoulder of the zombie, but he's still up. So
Sorry, I
he
tried.
growls and he grunts and he like turns around and looks and he bares his eyes at Zelstina. So then now, it would be the captain's turn. So the
Astiel's getting
captain,
very anxious. He wants to go.
I
You just see him right,
right there.
He looks like he's like foaming at the mouth with his sword. He's ready. He's looking at everybody.
so now,
Astiel, I think it's really going to come down to you to save us all.
so now the captain, since now he's essentially surrounded on 3 sides, decides he's going to Spartan kick one of what he's always heard, the Spartan kick off of the ledge.
He also saw the flipbook pictures.
Yes. He also saw when he was a small but wee child, he saw the
Small
as a small lad, man, he saw the
lad. That's the woman. My bad.
he manages to as he's fighting one, he lets it go, pulls his sword back and boots one of the zombies right off the side of the boat. Back into the water.
Goodbye, sir.
And so now one of the zombies now starts lunging. He starts trying to move over towards the one that shot him with a crossbow.
Okay.
So now the dragonborn.
All right. So I have a couple things I'm gonna have to go through, and I'm gonna see if you can explain it to me. Each box is how many feet?
5.
5 feet, right? So 15, 10. Oh, okay, cool. So is there a way for me to position myself to be able to, because I gotta move where it's a 15 range or foot cone,
Right.
So am I able to hit the 2 zombies that are to my left in the middle right there? And then also the 2 zombies in front of me? Because that's a
You mean
15-foot
to the
cone.
right of you?
No, they're to the left of me.
Yes, you would be able to.
Without hitting the captain or the half elf and the
True.
crew, because mine's 15 foot.
No,
So-
well, it'd be 5, 10, 15. You can only hit 3 of them.
Yeah, you would only be hitting 3 of them.
Okay.
And it would land 1, 2, 3. Actually, you would manage to hit all 4.
Yes, that's what I wanted.
Or
Cool.
just before going to Zelsina.
Okay, so with this, it's going to be my breath weapon, which
Rowena.
No,
No,
Zelsina.
Zelsina.
So it's not going to hit Celestina, or it is
Oh,
going to hit
got
Celestina?
It was gonna hit me because it started chasing me after I.
Yeah,
put it
but
right across.
okay. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to do. I have a thing called breath weapon. So because I am dragonborn, I can breathe, not fire. This one is cold.
Right.
So
Oh, like a frost.
yes, should I? I'm gonna take your guys' advice. So who's the closest to me? Is Rowena. So real quick, I take a quick turn to her, seeing her squishy self look like she's about ready to explode and pop. But I'm like, hey, I know we just met, but could you give me advice? You seem kind of smart with your little look over there. Do you think I should do my cold breath on these individuals, or should I try and save it and maybe my cold breath could put out the fire?
I think our bigger issue is the zombies, not so much the fire. We can just swim to shore, worst case scenario.
And that's what I wanted to hear. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try and hit them. Mine is not what's it called dice. What I actually do is the zombies have to do a constitutional save of
Okay.
12.
Of 12. So
Yeah.
I would have to roll a d12.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 4 of them. First one.
Well, no, isn't it D20 and you have to get over 12?
Oh, yeah. D20. Sorry. So then it's the one right next to you. Fails.
Sweet.
So the one at an angle to you fails.
Yes.
The one behind him fails.
Yes.
And now the last one succeeds.
Okay, he only takes half damage then.
Okay.
But so I have to roll 2d6s for damage. The one only takes half of that, so I'm gonna borrow one of these. So 2d6s.
And you drop
It
one.
You
fell.
dropped mine.
I dropped mine, not yours. Calm down. So it's 6 and 1. Aw. So 7 damage, and then the one. So 3 of them take 7 damage. One takes half of that, but rounding down, right? Or do we round up?
No, rounding down. Always
Rounding
round
down, so it'd be 3.
Yeah.
So 7 and 3 gets 7, and then 1 gets 3. So
So you see the 2 that are right in front of you. They as when they were back in human time, when they were back in mortal, they had
before you go, can I explain how I do it though?
they see that you're about to do it, and they immediately huddle themselves up.
Oh.
And so, how do you do it?
Okay, so I see them all, and I ask for advice. The bookworm told me exactly what I wanted to hear. So
I don't know what else you should be called a bookworm.
we just met. You don't know her. But I look at them. I have my sword in hand, so instead I stab the ground, and I just start breathing in. I go puff out my chest, and I just go, and I let out a big breath, cold breath that hits them all.
So then you see the first 2 in front of you. Since they huddled up, they were able to resist it. But the one that had a bolt sticking out of his shoulder he turned around as he heard you suck in air, and he froze in place.
Nice.
And the one at the far end that was originally that was going to attack one of the other ones also froze in place. Okay. So then you see one of the zombies. Now they lurch forward and they see a perfect meal in the form of a half elf.
Wait, before I end my turn though. Oh, and I should probably say that, right? We should probably say end turn before that way lethal. Could I move?
Yes, you can move.
Because I wanted to do that first. Sorry. So I have 30 speed, right?
Right.
So how many squares is that?
You can move 6.
6. So I don't need that many. So I'm gonna position myself in front of the squishy monster over here. So I'm just gonna move 5 feet.
Right.
Yeah. And
I'm
then
assuming
I'll
the
end my
squishy
turn.
monster is me.
Yes.
Got it.
Squishy bookworm is what I'm calling it right now. In my head. I'm not saying it out loud. Astiel
okay.
is a little
Alright.
respectful. A little.
Alright. I didn't think so.
And then I end my turn.
Okay,
You
so
look like a bit of a douche.
one of the zombies sees a half-elf meal and he lunges towards her and he's and he takes a swipe at her.
Nice.
What's your armor class?
13.
He's lost his fine motor skills and he has absolutely rolled a nat one. So he actually swipes and misses and falls on his side and he's just there like grunting and growling. So then now
I would like to potentially just completely off this zombie on its side using my dagger. So do I have to roll?
Well, you're not by anybody right now. So you would
no.
have to first.
So what you're saying is that you want to take your dagger and throw it.
Oh, throw it. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were like stabbing it into them.
No, I'm gonna like.
Okay, you want to take your dagger and throw it. So roll a d20.
That was a bad one.
That was a horrible.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, do it.
20.
Oh, nat 20. Nice.
Nice.
So
Awesome.
I'm not even gonna say any. I'm not even gonna say like. I'm not gonna have you roll for damage. You tell me, how do you kill this zombie that's laying on the ground?
I have yeeted my dagger and struck it right between the eyes.
All right. So then now you see. So now you see at the far end of the ship, the the other sailors are running for it as the fire is now slowly growing. But as they try to run, the fire begins to block their way of escape. So now they're stuck at the far end of the ship.
Yeah, I think we should just cut our losses with them over there.
Yeah.
They
Really,
haven't done too much. I think it's been nice knowing them.
yeah, the only
Uh,
thing they were good
not
for.
interact.
Hey, Zelstina, I think is your name, right? What a weird name. Lady, half elf. You might want to run this way. You're really close to the fire.
Well, I'm trying to see if those crews, if I can see anything worth valuable, to see if I can
There
risk
is
my
a
life.
fire, ma'am. Do you really want to risk it for fire?
You might have
Listen,
seen.
there's some treasure that's worth it.
Well,
You
my
might.
thing is that I'm greedy and I will do anything to get it.
I don't know that.
So then you see like when a couple of them like get caught in front of the fire spreads in front of them, and you might have seen one of them like pull out an ornate flask and be like, "Last drink," and slams it back. But that's all of the valuables that you see, just an ornate looking flask.
A true warrior.
So then what else do you? So now it's your turn. What do you?
Can I move towards? I have 30 feet walking, right? So how many?
6 squares.
6
Six
squares.
squares? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can I move back to the edge of the ship by Rowena?
Yes.
But doesn't she have the zombies there?
She can. So she can dodge.
Oh, she can?
Yeah,
Okay.
she can dodge. She can weasel her way through them.
I mean, she's also using like some of her acrobatics.
Oh, right,
Maybe
right. I
she
forgot
can,
that you're
like-
acrobatic.
I do have acrobatics.
Inclined.
Yeah. Should I?
Maybe she can like
Yeah.
gymnast her
So
way.
no, you don't have to roll this time. Let's just say like the jostling of the ship and everything. You manage to like weasel your way through them.
Okay, and then I'm right there.
Okay. Do you want to? Is that it? You don't want to roll for an attack or anything?
Yes, I do. I have a. Wait. What's an unarmed strike? It says
An
it on
unarmed
here.
strike is like a punch or.
Yeah, you punch him.
You
Oh,
punch her face.
okay, then no. I have a dagger and a crossbow still.
You
Can
can't use
I?
any spells or anything? You don't have
Oh, I
anything?
do have spells actually.
Then yeah.
I forgot I'm a warlock.
It's our first time. Can't tell. Meta speaking over here. We wanted to play all this and we wanted to do this because me and my sister were big fans of another podcast that does D&D, so that's where we're kind of knowing our knowledge from. Mark also, watching other podcasts and stuff. So we just wanted to try this out ourselves. So we're learning the steps as we go.
And can I also just put it out there that I've never watched anything D&D?
Just right off the bat, we got cool dice. Was our thing.
Yeah, literally, I was bribed into this because I got some Harry Potter books. Yep. Couldn't say no to Harry Potter.
So did you find a spell?
See, that's what I'm looking for, because mine isn't on there. Mine is a PDF,
Mhm.
but it's saying like my thing says pack magic. You can cast known warlock spells using CHA as your spell casting modifier. Spell DC
Charisma.
13.
Charisma.
Using charisma. So, do you see any spells?
Oh, I see.
Okay, then we can skip you then. So then,
Skip that for now.
yeah. So you see one of the zombies at the far end of the ship actually lunge forward and attack the poor helpless sailors, and they get got. They died, and now the captain, seeing that all of his men are essentially dead and gone for, he says, that damn nobleman, he should have been covering, he should have been sending out ships to kill all these sea fallen. Damn it all! He runs over, grabs Rowena by the collar, and turns to the Dragonborn and says, "Abandon ship! We gotta get off of this ship!"
I thought captains go down with their ship.
And
not this captain.
No, we
Wait,
run.
grabs Rowena and tosses her over the side of the boat.
That's
Definitely
very
do
okay.
not appreciate
So-
being manhandled.
So Astiel sees this, right? So Astiel decides he has no idea what he's talking about, what he's doing. He saw this happen, so he wants to unarmed strike the captain in the face to kind of like punch him, either to knock him out, or even punch him off the boat. He
Okay.
has no idea why he's starting to randomly attack his crew, or I mean his passengers that he let on his own ship.
Okay. So
So what is this?
a D20.
D20. Unarmed strike. I have a +5 to that too.
Yeah.
12. So that's what 18.
18. So okay.
Plus 5.
That's 17.
17.
I'm bad at math.
17. Okay. Roll a D8.
Another D8.
So yeah. So you manage to roll in, and do you smack him or do you just punch him?
No, just like like my sword is in my hand.
Oh, so you
Can I
hit
do-
him with the pommel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the closest person. All right, D8. That is a 6.
A 6. Okay. Then so you take your pommel, and so tell me how you do. So you just take the pommel and you knock the captain. So he gets knocked back and he's like, oh, damn it!
Lovely.
We have to get off the ship. There's no way the Greek fire can be extinguished.
But why would you throw your own passenger off the side?
Just save her life.
She is squishy.
See, I see you do that, and then I just go straight and I go cannonball into the thing.
So
You cannonball into the water.
you cannonball into the water.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So the captain sees the half-elf cannonball, and so he looks to the Dragonborn and says, "We have to get off this ship.
All right.
It pains me more than you think, but we have to get off."
Can I
It
then
actually paid you for
grab?
crew. You didn't even help your crew.
Can I then grab the
Not-
captain by the collar like he did? Like Rowena,
Right.
Yeah.
And instead of pulling him off the ship, just push him towards the zombie that's right next to me.
Yeah.
So what is that?
Avenge me.
Is that a roll that I have to do?
So
Or?
no, that would be no. So you just do it. I'm not gonna.
Okay.
Manhandling.
So I just grab you and I want to push you into the zombie.
So push me into. You don't want to use me as a human shield or anything.
No,
Just
push you into,
Okay.
and then after that, I'm gonna then run.
Okay. So then that means
So Astiel's after he does that, he's starting to move off, and he's gonna jump next to Rowena.
Don't
Like
put,
in the
wait,
water.
don't place yourself there yet.
Oh, no? Yeah, no.
No, yeah.
no.
So he does that.
In the meantime, Captain is,
Captain
you know,
is there, and
Howdy.
so the captain gets because you do that. The captain, gets swiped across the chest.
I don't see
it's
this.
a very superficial wound.
okay.
So, all right. So then the captain starts laughing, and he's saying, "That's how you fight like a pirate." And immediately takes his weapon and cleaves the head right off the zombie that swiped at his chest,
Astiel would have seen that. He would have thought you were cool, but
and decides
Astiel is in
he's
the
in the
water.
water.
to then run off the boat and jump off the ship into the cold water. Now, as all of you,
So in the meantime, we're all just freezing
Yeah.
in the water.
And I'm used to the cold. I'm a cold dragon, hence the breath.
so
I'm good.
as you slowly see the entire boat get consumed with fire, you hear the captain say, "Swim away from the boat! The fishermen should see the fire! Just gather together!"
Everyone, come to me.
No.
Can I ask why we would huddle together? I don't like any of these people.
Yeah.
Why are we huddling together?
Honestly, you know
I'm
what?
pro
huddling
I'm
I'm
with
gonna
that.
pocket you guys.
No, I'm against huddling actually too, because I forgot. You all sucked in my eyes to fighting, and I only respect true warriors in my eyes.
Exactly.
So I do not like any of you right now.
We don't like
I
each
just
other.
felt bad
I
for
vote no
Rowena.
to the huddle.
I vote yes.
I only felt bad for Rowena because I haven't told anyone this, but I actually have a secret where somebody saved my life during battle. So I feel bad. I don't want others to die in the battlefield.
So
But
as
other than that, I don't like
you guys are shouting, "Yes, let's huddle up." No, let's not huddle up. You can see off, and you see two little boats that are rowing, and you can hear people going, "The boat is on fire! It looks like they're survivors! Rescue them!" And
Yes,
that's
I
it.
would like to be rescued, thank you.
And that's it. We can continue this on episode 2.
That was awesome. That was a lot of fun. So, as conclusion to the video, as your first time DMing, what did you think?
A lot more that I need to prepare for because there was a lot of things I wasn't expecting.
Okay.
Well, we are a sexy bunch, okay?
And then we didn't actually say this at the beginning, but this is actually our special guest is Ayla. I know you guys might have already seen our other videos where it's sometimes us three, me with my unboxings, but Ayla decided to join us when we do these
I
D&Ds.
was.
So what do you think for your first episode?
Mine?
Mhm.
I definitely will be. I feel like I'm going to open up more. Definitely allow my sassy side to come out, knowing that you two are definitely sassy. And I will keep the language in check.
Okay. And then
But your characters, you suck. Don't like any of you.
See, I feel that I could have performed better, but one of my roles did me wrong.
All right, and yeah, I had a lot of fun too. So I think that's gonna bring a conclusion to this video. Thank you for watching Jam Between the Pages with, of course, all of us. Please don't be afraid to like. Please subscribe. Comment what you guys want to see more. Maybe give us advice too if you guys have any.
Definitely for me.
We'll keep an eye on that.
This is my first time on video ever.
All right, so that'll be it. We'll catch you in the next one.
See ya.
Bye.